Today we're going to take a look at two different cordless stick vacuum cleaners, and I'll leave a link in the description below with current pricing and more information. So we're going to compare the Jimmy JV51, which is currently $229 on Amazon, but there is a $20 coupon. This has 45 minutes long runtime, 400 watts of power, and it's got a 100,000 RPM digital motor. And it has 17 kPa suction power, and it only weighs 3.2 pounds. It also has an anti-hair entangling around the brush roll. And we're going to compare that against the ONSON D18E stick vacuum cleaner. That's only $120, but that also has a $10 coupon, which basically makes it $100 cheaper than the Jimmy cordless vacuum cleaner. So the first one we're going to take a look at is the Jimmy JV51 cordless vacuum cleaner. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what we've got. So it looks like it comes with two different owner's manuals. Unfortunately, a lot of this is not in English, so this could be a little bit trickier than I thought. So you've got the tube extension. Wow, this thing is definitely bright and shiny. Electric mattress head. Crevice tool. Furniture tool. And here's the floor cleaning head, which actually looks pretty nice in person. Your 2500 milliamp lithium ion battery pack. And it comes with a nice little wall bracket and even a spot for your attachments. I forgot to mention, it does come with screws for the mounting bracket. So you can see here on the top, it's got a washable HEPA filter. Here on the bottom, you've got your dustbin. And right here on the top is your button for the dustbin. Then on the inside of the handle is your on and off switch. And here on the back, you've got a step switch. And then the battery pack just slides on right here inside of the handle. Okay, so it does have power. Okay, so I think now that we've covered most of the basics, so now let's take a look at the ONSON cordless stick vacuum cleaner. So the suction power on this one is 6 kPa regular and a 12 kPa maximum with 150 watts power. This one has a little bit smaller battery at 2200 milliamps, and runtime is 40 minutes on low, 20 minutes on high. So I definitely like the packaging on this one. It definitely looks a little better than just a brown box. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what we've got. So the material on this extension tube looks almost identical to the Jimmy sweeper, which to me looks really good in person. And it looks like you've got the same exact furniture attachment. And of course you got the power adapter, limited warranty, and instruction manual. You can see they do give you a mounting plate, which is quite a bit smaller than the other one, and some little round 3M adhesive pads. To me, the power brush on this one is definitely a little more traditional than the style on the Jimmy. You get some pretty nice little rubber wheels and quite a bit of adjustment here where it connects to the extension tube. You've also got a long crevice attachment. And it also comes with a different style of brush. Now this one, the handle is actually separate from the dustbin. And the nice thing is, once you pull the trigger, it gives you a battery indicator here on the back. Down here at the bottom is the release for the dustbin. And then you get your suction switch here on the top to go between regular and high. Here on the top is the lock for the handle. And then here on the back is where you plug in the charger. Okay, so these sweepers are actually a lot closer in size than I thought they would be. I figured for $100 less that the Onsen was going to be a lot smaller, but you can see laying them next to each other, you can see the dustbins are actually fairly similar in size, and even the length of these cordless vacuums are pretty similar. So my first impressions are the Jimmy sweeper definitely feels like a little bit higher quality, and they do a couple things that I like better. For one, they've got the removable battery. Plus, I think it would be easier to replace or get an extra lithium power battery. And I definitely like where you charge it here on the side versus right on the handle. I think there's only one thing left to do, and that's to charge both of these up, test them out this week, come back and give you my final thoughts. So as you may have seen on my channel before, I do like to use robot sweepers normally, but obviously they can't sweep the steps, so that's the first test I wanted to do for both of these. The Jimmy sweepers seem to pick up all the dog hair and dirt fairly easily, especially when switching the suction power to high. But as you can see, some of the hair does get stuck underneath. The good thing is it balls up and is real easy to pull out and throw away. When testing the Onson sweeper, on the steps, I really liked having the bright LED lights on the front. That definitely made it a lot easier to see what I was sweeping. Again, I switched the suction power on that one to high as well, so it was easier to clean everything faster. And overall, it did just as good a job as the Jimmy, even though I could tell it was less powerful, and it might have took a few more passes to suck everything up, but it still got the job done. However, you'll notice with this type of brush, you're gonna have to clean it pretty much all the time. And the hairs wrap themselves around it, making it much harder to clean the brush versus the Jimmy, which surprisingly no hair wrapped itself around it. So in this test of cleaning the steps with medium pile carpet, it was so close that I had to call it a tie. The next test I did was on my wood laminate flooring, and the Jimmy definitely felt like a powerhouse. It would clean on the low or high setting fairly easily. And then when I tested out the Onson sweeper, the poor little guy kept getting hair stuck in front of it and just kept pushing it back and forth, and that was on the high setting. So in this test of cleaning the wood laminate or bare floors, it wasn't even close. Jimmy was the clear winner. One more test that I wanted to do was cleaning one of our rugs. So I added a little dirt and some dog hair, and you'll notice right here, no, that's not my camera moving. That's actually the Jimmy sweeper moving the rug when I was on the high setting. And it cleaned the rug without too much effort. When testing the Onson sweeper on that same rug, it cleaned it okay, but not as good and as easy as the Jimmy did. Since it has less power, you just have to go over the same spots a few more times to get it clean. I even tried to use the other brush that was included, and it didn't really seem to help much. When it comes to cleaning rugs like this one that are low pile carpet, I'd have to give a slight edge to the Jimmy vacuum. So after my testing, it was pretty evident. If you're considering buying the Onson stick vacuum cleaner, don't. Go with the Jimmy. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.